Hey guys, it's Dennis with Perspectively Challenged with Dennis DiRaimondo. I'm going to jump right out of the gates and say that I spent the last 2 weeks trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to get this podcast started. And over the last 48 hours or so, I've been a little frantic trying to make it perfect or come up with the right equipment or editing stuff or intro and outro and all those things. And it hasn't quite come together yet. And I didn't want that to be the thing that made me hesitate to launch this first episode. So I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to shoot for it and see how it goes. As I said in the beginning, episode 1 is going to be titled, Who is This Asshole? That's me. And for those of you who know me directly or know me in the real world, know that I am authentically not an asshole. It's just something funny that I like to say or do. Just for giggles, for lulz, bring joy to the people around me. I'm not afraid to, I guess, be the heel if it makes your day a little bit better. Because, in the end of the day, it makes my day a little bit better as well. So realistically, who am I? For those of you that don't know, my entire life, from birth, I've been called a lot of things. Happy-go-lucky is generally one of the main ones, which is funny. For those of you who follow along, will learn my life has not been easy. I've done everything the hardest possible way from basically high school on. But I still have a cheery appearance. I'm still smiling, still having fun. And it's something that it's taken me years to really unwrap personally who I am to myself and how I am seen in the world around me. Most people wouldn't know or believe that I classify myself as an introverted extrovert. In public, I'm, loud and just a little goofy and fun, but I'm just as happy sitting at home, quietly, doing my own thing, working on projects, spending time with my family, still having fun, of course, but I don't have to be out and about. Actually, I prefer to be in, which surprises a lot of people when I tell them that. But realistically, as the years have gone on, I've become who I am today from a variety of things, even from an early age. And a lot of my perspective on this world has been based on watching other people, from learning from other people's actions or inaction, depending on what it may be. At its core, I have always been this happy ball of energy. But I've also paid attention to my surroundings and learned what I could learn, either so I don't make the same mistakes or just so, I grow. It's just always been my thing. Like, here's a great example. I'm a child of divorce. My parents divorced when I was young, about 5 years old. And, they were young, they had a young relationship and didn't always get along, had 2 small children, money wasn't bountiful, anything of that nature. And when they finally got a divorce, I remember my mother coming up to me and my brother and telling us, like, your father and I are having a divorce. And I will never forget the look on my mom's face when I said, good, maybe you guys will be happy now. And I was about 5 years old. And she looked at me like I was crazy. She gave me a hug. I remember it pretty vividly. And at the time, I didn't realize how deep that was, or how, 40 years later, that moment is really the first time I really understand what it was like for me growing up. Is I looked at things a little differently. It's taken years to fully settle in to being authentically myself. So it took a lot of self-discovery. It took a lot of grace and patience and just forgiveness, really, to those around me, to realize I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I don't have to be. I'm okay if I'm not. If you don't like my vibe, that is completely on you. And that's a hard thing to take, because everybody wants to be liked, or the opposite is you just put up the front that you don't care. Well, it's not that I don't care. It's that if you're not going to like me for who I am, that's your choice. I'm still going to be me, and owning who I am and just the way that I present myself. I've learned to embrace my weirdness and learn that there's so much benefit for me to share my joys and my hopes for those around me. I truly, truly, truly want everyone listening here to have a better day tomorrow than they did today after a little self-reflection. I truly believe that anyone can improve every day somehow, even the smallest bit. So once I decided to really just let go and be me and just be authentic, I started to take note of how many people would really match my energy or, give it right back to me in a positive and fun way. And that has really been my motivation. Here's a fun story that really just kind of encapsulates what my vibe is. Usually when I pass someone in the car that I know, or like, I am real quick to throw up a peace sign or wave like an idiot and smile, like throwing the teeth out. And it's usually well received. People laugh or shake their head or whatever, which is great because at least they're enjoying themselves. The other day, I had a parent from school that came up to me and said that they love seeing me in the morning, wave to them, because no matter what kind of morning they're having, if they're in a bad mood or if something happened, I always cheer them up. I always lighten the mood for them when they see me. And that was such a cool moment for me to realize that, like, this is why I'm not afraid. Not what I do it for. It's why I'm not afraid to be my goofy, fun-loving self, because people need that in their lives. Like, sure, there's a time and a place, and maybe you're just super annoyed and you don't want to deal with all of this. But for the times that people need it, that needed just a reset or just a why not, it's worth it. Totally worth it. I mean, here's the deal. When you can be honest and transparent with yourself about yourself, when you choose to surround yourself with positivity or fun-loving people, or just people, just be in a situation where it's not so serious all the time, you position yourself for positivity. You give yourself a chance to have a better day. And quite frankly, it is super important to have a support system around you of like-minded people, people who want to be joyful, who want to, share in, your successes and are there to support you in your challenges, and just generally aren't afraid to be goofy just to make you laugh, to release some endorphins, to just, deep breath off whatever tension that you might have. It means something. It's a benefit, right? And I truly believe that. Be authentically you. Be who you are. Don't be afraid of what other people think of you if it brings you joy. We need to squash the stress of the outside world and the influence that it gives us. This feelings of being inadequate, or we could do better, or, he's so much better off than me. He, she, they, it doesn't matter. If you are you, and you can think clearly because you're not distracted by all the bullcrap surrounding you, you'll find joy in the things that you do. Growing up in this world of instant criticism is also growing up in a world of instant positive feedback, instant encouragement. I mean, it goes both ways. I've said, even as I was leading up to this video, how many supporters and people who, friended me or liked my stuff or commented or viewed or whatever, like, the positive feedback circle is there. Get in it. Get involved. Be part of this. A lot of people have even asked me, Dennis, like, why are you doing this? Like you could just go off and do your own thing and be happy-go-lucky. But listen, I said from the beginning, I learn and grow and evolve from other people's perspectives. I don't want anyone to think like me all the time. I don't want anyone to be influenced by me all the time. I need contrasting perspectives. I need different views of things. We might both think the same thing, but we think of it in different ways. Like, that is awesome to me. I love to learn from other people's perspectives. So I don't want, moving forward, I don't want this podcast, these videos, these posts, anything that you see with my face, I don't want them to be one-sided. I want you guys to, comment and provide feedback or tell me your stories. Even if it's shoot me a DM or a text message, like my contact information is pretty public. Like, tell me your stories, tell me your lives. I want to know, because they're going to help me grow. And if I have something I can share in return, that's what this is all about, right? Let's grow together. Let's become the influence that we want around us. You are responsible for your own happiness. You are responsible for the world around you, and whether it's a positive world or a negative world. And if something isn't clicking, stop saying, I'm going to. No, do it. Make the change. If you know you're going to be better off, do it. If you're tired of the same tasks lingering, get them done. A feeling of accomplishment is literally within your reach. Accomplishment is a positive thing. No matter how big or how small, accomplishments matter. And I know change is tough, and I know you're probably like, Dennis, it's easier for you to say. Well, it is easy for me to say, because I have spent 40 years of my life learning who I am, deciding how I want to be perceived, and if I'm not perceived in the way that I see myself, I am completely okay with other people not having the same views as I do. But I know that I try to put out positivity, and I say all the time, putting out good vibes everywhere. That's my message. That's my message for everyone. But most importantly, out of everything I've said today, and this is just the beginning, folks, because I have lots of fun stories about my life, about what has influenced me, about the observations in the world around me. More than anything else, from episode 1, what I want you to do is I want you to be your own number one advocate. You can have a better day tomorrow than today. I believe in you. Let's make it happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. On to episode 2. Bye.